Should still, that's true. I should be able to download the Twitch VOD. Yeah, originally my recordings were all in the wrong format, and then I had to convert them so I could do uploading to YouTube and stuff. And so for a few hours here today, I had 2 copies of most of my videos, and I don't really have the space on a laptop for that. All right, how many more do we have here? 4? We still have 4 more? Dear God, it's taking forever. But on we push. All right. Lock in. All right, I believe that the lead here is pre-burn full HP Prim. Burn prevents Thunder Wave, guaranteed psychic based on damage. Sorry, calc screen. Pre-burn Prim. This was another fight where I was going to use Cleaver, but now I don't have to. All right, now I can't because it died. Oh, I got to update my death counter too. Prim, just to prevent the thing, and then we click, so we go into Weavile and Guaranteed Psychic, we click Knockoff. I don't even think we need an item. Weavile, oh, we do need an item. We need to be, is that true? I need to be Black Belt? Because I'm pretty sure I want to bait Drain Punch here. All right, so Black Belt Weavile will show kill to Zoroark. I bait Kecleon for guaranteed Drain Punch at full HP. Guaranteed Drain Punch Kecleon. Guaranteed Drain Punch Kecleon, but he's color change, not Protean. Color change doesn't change its ability till after I hit it. So I can go to Legion on Drain Punch. I can hold the Muscle Band item, and I can click Superpower. And as I click Superpower, he's going to click Sucker Punch, and that's fine. So we Superpower KO the guy, we take a Sucker Punch, and we bait Zoroark fast kill for a Dark type attack. We do not care which one it is, because we have a Beware, and a Beware is a made-up 4x Dark Resist. We go itemless Beware, we teach it a Brick Break, because we want Ditto to copy a Pokemon that can't hit a Ghost type. So we switch in on random attacking move. We click Brick Break. We KO guy. We show fast kill to Ferrothorn, and then Wobbuffet and Ditto both have this. Wobbuffet can never have a better score than Ditto for switching, especially if we outspeed. That's one of the things that can get wonky. So Ditto will come in, copy Beware, and we will just go to Chandelure. Chandelure, hello, hello. Okay. We go to Chandelure. We click Heat Wave until we hit through Bright Powder and KO this guy. Does Embargo have... Embargo has accuracy, so there's no reason to click Embargo to turn off Bright Powder unless I start running out of PP after like multiple 10% misses. Shandy shows fast 2-shot to everything in the back, so they shouldn't be able to switch AI in, but if they do, I guess things could get wonky. It can't... I fast 2-shot Wobbuffet, so it can't come in, and I fast kill Ferrothorn, so it can't come in. Yeah, I question everything now, but that, I mean... Yeah, and I don't want to have an item for a reason. Okay, and then, so we just KO the Ditto, and then we get Wobbuffet, and we're a ghost type, so we can switch out safely. We go to our good buddy Scolipede with a Shed Shell. We click Toxic. We stall for a couple of turns because we feel like it, and then we go back to Chandelure when it's about to die to Toxic. We teach Embargo in case we miscount, and Wobbuffet dies without ever dealing damage. The last thing left is a Ferrothorn that can't Quick Claw KO my Chandelure. Okay, so we're still bringing Prim. We're still bringing Weavile. You go in the box. Scolipede does not need to be leveled up because it's not doing any actual battling. Did I take the Shed Shell back from my Penguin? Yes. Crobat, not coming. Weavile, Legion. Usually this fight gives me a lot of trouble, but for whatever reason this time it was kind of the quickest fight of the section. Okay, pre-burn Prim will give it no item, I suppose. Kind of feels like I should give it a zoom lens just in case things go crazy. Actually, I kind of want to keep it with the Choice Scarf, so I can fast flip in case somehow it does switch AI and then my Chandelure gets copied. If it does switch AI, my Chandelure gets copied. It's gonna click Shadow Ball into my Chandelure, then I'd go Beware, then I'd go Prim, and I'd fast flip. That's a little bit out of date. Sorry about that, Seedberry. So since Carnivine, we've also said goodbye to Kleavor and Penguin, I think. There might be one more sack in there. You need Black Belt to show kill to Zoroark. No item on you. Muscle Band on you. Yeah, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. The steer made even less sense than the battle already made. Oh, I don't have a flying type. I suppose I don't need Rock Tomb. I can just... No, I do actually need Brick Break, right. Okay, first we do Mauville. In hindsight, I had to go to the Embargo anyway. I probably could have just... Yeah, but I just lost the Penguin that died and assumed that the thing was going to lie to me and click U-turn in the same exact situation the next time. It did. Actually, a less likely situation because there were no killing rolls, and then played it from there. And then was able to set up my intended endgame. Okay, we teach Embargo to Shandy. Over Pain Split, which we kept and never clicked. Not that we really ever did anything other than click Heat Wave and Overheat. I don't even think Shadow Ball has been clicked on Chandelure yet. Okay, itemless on purpose. Damage boost. Does not show kill to Kecleon. And Kecleon always has kill in us, right? Fast kill, slow kill, Kecleon. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Secret power in this game is a tutor move that you get access to in Slateport. Very early on in the game. Lots of things have been changed. So your vanilla knowledge is useful as a general statement, but it is not, doesn't always apply perfectly. So that was the embargo. That's an tutor that teaches the move embargo. Okay, any pre-damage here? Prim needs to be pre-burned. It is Weavile, low kick, and black belt. No pre-damage. Full HP. Guaranteed drain punch. Go here. Kill the normal type. Color change, not Protean. Bait Zoroark. Go Beware. Dark move. KO with Brick Break. Fast kill the Ferrothorn because we don't drop our attack. Ditto transforms. Can't damage a Shandy. KO with Heat Wave. Get Wobbuffet. Toxic. Finish. Yeah, no pre-damage needed. I feel like this game's out to get me right now. Yeah, there are documents to help you generally where those things are. They're not precise, like you can't see the map of where the items are, but it'll tell you like, oh, an NPC in this location gives you blah blah blah. All right, there's our little ninja boy. No pre-damage. Okay, so Choice Scarf, damage boost, no item. Shed Shell. Toxic. Beautiful. 4 fighting moves, or 4 moves that don't hit ghost types. Yay. Okay, first we get a Word Ear. The Word Ear intimidates Prim. Prim is pre-burned to prevent Thunder Wave. Guaranteed Psychic. We go to Weavile. Weavile with the black belt. Well, Weavile with no damage boost to dark type moves always kills with knockoff, but we will fake out for the culture because it's intimidate, and then we will knock off. So long, Word Ear. We show fast kill to Zoroark. So we get Kecleon, which is kind of evil. I never thought about that before, that Kecleon has the same flickering image that Zoroark comes with. So you can think that it's Zoroark. That is actually kind of evil game design. But we have Black Belt Weavile. We show fast kill to Life Orb Zoroark, so this does have to be Kecleon. Even if it weren't, we would be baiting low kick, so we get a free switch. But we're going to see Drain Punch here, which tells us we got it right. There you go. And then we superpower KO this fool. He's going to Sucker Punch, but Sucker Punch is a dark type move, so it's still super effective. And it's not Protean, which I screwed up last time. It's Color Change, it just dies. Crit did not matter. Attack drop doesn't matter either. This is just Fast Kill Zoroark for a dark move. It's not Wobbuffet. Go to Beware. Beware Sucker Punches, that doesn't matter either. Brick Break KO as a low kick comes through. Ditto comes out. Ditto traces Fluffy Boy. Chandelure comes out. He has no moves that can damage me, but he can't switch, and now he's Fluffy. Bright Powder Mist does happen, but we don't care. You're an imposter. Now we get Wobbuffet, the real one. Cool. We go to Mascot. Still hanging around. My Goat. Big Toxic. Two Toxics. Three Toxics. Four Toxics. Five. I think he lives one more turn. But since we taught Embargo, we don't have to do the counting. We can just go teach Embargo. We can go click Embargo and never die. Nice Destiny Bond, you fool. Won't matter. You live here, right? Yep. We know things. Embargo. Destiny Bond. Dead. And then we correctly didn't have an item, right? Right. Now we overheat this poor Ferrothorn. Worst thing it could have done there is Quick Claw knockoff with crit and do like 80%. Weirdly easy fight after all the other stuff. Got the body press TM. Shout out Cheesemo. We have to walk back. That's what the other fight was supposed to look like. The other fight was clean too, based on my game knowledge at the time. Not that I'm mad about it or anything. Not that I'm absolutely fuming. All right, next one. Pyroar. All right, this one requires a sack. But so be it. Can I just do Wailord? Wailord might be too fast. Originally, I said it was going to be Jellicent. Yeah, Wailord would be too fast. Well, I could Iron Ball Wailord, huh? No, I need somebody that always kills. Right. I have to actually kill. Okay, so... But Jellicent has the stupid cursed body problem. Oh, but we don't care, because we're just dead to full. We're dead from full Woodhammer, right? Right. Okay. That's why it works. All right, so Iron Ball Jellicent leads. Iron Ball Jellicent clicks Scald twice, and Pyroar dies. Regardless of how much HP we have, we are going to die to the incoming Torterra. It can be annoying. But in this case, we're playing around Cursed Body by being dead to Torterra from full. Right? Technically, the only thing that could screw us over is Head Smash misses, but he has fewer Head Smashes than we have recovers, so we can spam recover until he kills us, and he will always kill us successfully. Because if he misses Head Smashes, if he misses one Head Smash, then we'll be above 50% and we'll bait Woodhammer the next turn. So, Jellicent always beats Pyroar, always dies to Torterra. This is why I was so worried about Mence. We need Mence right here with a Choice Band. Dual Wing Beat to KO Torterra. Full HP Choice Band Mence is slower than base Gardevoir, or Speed type, but base Gardevoir doesn't have a Fairy move because Hyper Voice has yet to be affected by Pixelate by base guy. So Gardevoir does not outdamage us. We are slow killed by 2 Pokemon. The first one will come in, and that is Sylveon for Always Hyper Voice, Never Boom. On Always Hyper Voice, Never Boom, we're going to go to Durant. We're going to teach Durant the natural gift move. We're going to eat a Hyper Voice to the face with a little bit of pre-damage. Which I think works. I got to double check that pre-damage range. And Durant is going to click... Oh, 95. That's why 99. Level 99. We're going to give Durant our Roselli Berry. We're not going to click a move with it, but Roselli Berry is the only move in the game where Natural Gift is a fairy move. So we Smart Strike KO the Sylveon, fast kill, then we're going to be pre-damage to bait Como-O, and Durant is going to prevent Dragon Dance. Let me quickly check the remaining lines. I don't believe Mence has another job, right? This is Pyroar guy. 1, 2, 3, right? Yes, okay, good. Yeah. Yep, no more. All right, no more. I can risk Mence. Good. So I'm going to risk Mence to double crit, meaning I would have to get crit on Durant, and then it would have to 1 in 2 or 1 in 3 Dragon Claw and crit my Mence. Otherwise, I get confirmed Dragon Claw, which lets me go to Prim. Prim can Pixie Plate, Draining Kiss, KO Como-O, and take an Iron Tail, but heal all the damage. So we can be -1 defense, or we can be neutral defense, but we're always full HP. And regardless of those situations, Azu slow out damages me, and base Gardevoir does not, because again, it doesn't have a stab move. We severely out damage it. So we're going to get Azu Play Rough always. On always Play Rough, we go to Aggron. Aggron baits guaranteed Aqua Jet as highest damaging move. We go back to Brim. We encore the Aqua Jet. We Draining Kiss it a couple of times, generally out healing the Aqua Jet, except that we have to reset some encores. And at the end of the interaction, we'll get back into Aggron to KO with, I suppose, Thunder Punch, which I think outdamages Seismic Toss. It does. And if Prim starts to get low, we can slow flip a turn early because Aggron has a ton of HP to work with. Base Aggron is dead to Gardevoir from full Aura Sphere, and without Pixelate and us in base form, we only take 15% from Hyper Voice. So we have to be above 39 HP with our Aggron, which means we can hold like a Wiki Berry and have 140% of our HP to work with safely. I guess no, because not quite, because we would be dead to Azu things, but we'll hold a citrus and we'll be fine. And then the reason we want to do it this way is we have to get Gardevoir Mega'd before we can get Dragapult in. Dragapult KOs Gardevoir with Phantom Force, but it has to see a kill. If it doesn't, we can't chain this thing, because base Gardevoir will see itself as having no damaging moves and click usually Destiny Bond, rarely Will-O-Wisp. And then Destiny Bond would still hit us in the Phantom Force situation. So we can't be doing that. But that looks pretty clean. How goes the battle tonight, Wing? We ran into an unfortunate, I'm gonna call it a bug because it makes no sense, but an unfortunate situation that shouldn't have been, I still don't think should be possible based on the documentation out there. And as a result, our beloved Penguin is now in the death box. But 3 fights to go. Penguin was not coming to the Elite Four. It does not really affect the outcome. It just leaves a sour taste. Prim. Holt. Who else? Durant, right? Is Durant even in this box? Oh yeah, I was very lucky that I had the tools to steer from there. But the steer included like a 20-minute trying to figure out what the AI was, because I had to predict whether or not the situation would happen again, and ultimately I chose a line that was worse if what that should have been worse, because according to whatever happened the first time, it should have been impossible for U-turn to be clicked again. So sorry, I set up a situation for guaranteed U-turn by an Infernape, and the Infernape didn't click U-turn. It clicked Close Combat, which was not highest damage and saw no kills. So I switched my Penguin into a Close Combat from Ape, and it died, which Ape runners rejoiced. And then in the steer, I had to send Latias on the field, and Latias also baited U-turn as highest damaging move, and it was in the same exact conditions that my previous Latios was in, meaning that if Switch AI were impossible for one of them, it was impossible for both of them, and yet it clicked U-turn on Latias, but not Latios. I played around it. I played around the imaginary AI that doesn't exist, that shouldn't be possible, because that's just what you have to do sometimes to get through this game. And so I got through the fight with just the one death, and here we are. It makes no sense. Jelly, Mence, Durant. This is the squad. Okay. All right, we need Citrus Aggron. Aggron needs Thunder Punch. We need a different choice item. What is Prim? Prim is Pixie Plate. Jolly Moment. I don't think that Dragapult needs an item, so I'm going to give it a Lumberry. We need to level up Durant. We need to give Durant our one precious Roselli Berry. Oh, we have two. Look at that, we have two. King still hanging out. What is that? Katsu H2O Dance. That's a cool little emote. I like that. All right, end of the line for Jellicent. Unfortunately, has to go. Is that true? Yes, that is true. Because I can't bait Earthquake. I don't have a Pokemon that KOs Pyroar and gets guaranteed Earthquake Torterra, which is the way that I would be able to do this safely. I can do it with 2 Mons, I can't do it with 1. And this is not the point in the game where we take on risks to save Pokemon that we don't need later. Especially when the game is coding new AI right in front of our eyes to try and screw us over. Crazy night. Oh, 07 Jelly, indeed. And we had to be Iron Ball because my Jellicent is plus speed. It's actually too fast to do the job naturally. Okay, Smart Strike we have, and then we need to go fly, get our choice item replaced. Dude, I have taught so many moves over the course of these small number of fights. Not red card. Salamence. And then we need Natty Gift. Durant. E4 date is Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give or take. I got kid stuff. That's the best estimate I can give. It should be pretty right on though. Not able? Oh, come on. It's in the list, right? I didn't just make that up. Oh, no, I made it up. Okay. Can I still get it guaranteed? Let's see. Hyper Voice Max Roll crit is 195. If I'm at 196 and I take Min Roll Hyper Voice, 196 minus 110, I'll be 86 HP, and 86 HP is almost always dead to Drain Punch. Almost always dead to Drain Punch. So what do we do about that? I think we just sack Durant is the answer. Is that the answer? If it Dragon Dances, what do I care? I'm going to Ments. If I get random move, if I get Dragon Dance, it's safer for Ments, and Prim is switching in on an immunity, and it can't Dragon Dance. So I don't even care if it Dragon Dances. It's fine that I don't have it. Awesome. Can't wait. No Roselli Berry though. Still just regular Smart Strike, right? Regular Smart Strike, 1 HP above Hyper Voice crit, 195, sure. Well, that's no longer, we still would prefer, now we only need to see 1 killing roll because we don't care. So this is minimum roll Hyper Voice plus maximum roll Drain Punch. 97 plus 110. Free damage. You. One more time. I need to be 130. No, 110 plus 97. That's That's what I did. Okay. All right, any other pre-damage? Jelly doesn't need pre-damage. Mance specifically needs to be high HP. You guys want as much HP as possible, and Dragapult's never taken damage. We taught the moves to you. You have the Pixie Plate. You have the Pixie Plate. You have the Choice Band. You can die. Yeah. Okay. You have Smart Strike, right? You have Smart Strike, and Dragapult does not need a boosting item to KO Gardevoir. It does not. We outspeed. Can't get Destiny Bonded. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. Isn't it funny? You try to play around. I'm so used to just making sure I play around setup that sometimes I don't notice when letting it set up is better. Even though this is the run where Pokemon set up on me. Heck, I made Ben react to my Cycling Road Rival video today where Hawlucha set up 4 bulk ups on me, and Kingdra set up 2 Dragon Dances on me. It all went according to the non-existent plan. Four bulk ups. And I was at no point, by the way, no point was I dead to crit by anybody, Monkey. I wouldn't call it riskless. Let's not get carried away. But I did not officially risk any Pokemon at a specific time. It was hilarious. I think my whole team ended up in green HP as well. Here's how you know the text would be from me, Monkey. I think I clicked all 10 growls on my Talonflame, and the average runner doesn't even have growl on their Talonflame. The Hawlucha stayed on the field for like 20 turns. It was hilarious. Every time I switched in Luxray, Ben would be like, "Oh, hey, you gonna dodge crit to get some damage here? You gonna click Nuzzle?" And then I would just switch it back out again. I switched Luxray and Luxray, Masquerain, and Talonflame, just like pivoted around. Oh, it was awesome. So much fun. All right. Again, no pre-damage. Iron Ball to be slower than Torterra. Choice Band, Dual Wing Beat. Thunder Punch. Citrus. Pixie Plate. Phantom Force. Smart Strike itemless. Pre-damage. Oh yeah, we are pre-damaged. Okay. 1 into 2 into 3. By the way, the value of my plus Spadef Durant coming out. Quick Attack. What else do people run? QA. No, natural Cheesemo is a natural gift runner because it gives you a fire type stab move, which can be really helpful in things like Defense Room, and I nearly wiped Defense Room, so I can't even argue that it might have been the wrong or the right call for my run, but I'm a growl runner. It's what I do. That's my move. All right, now everybody out here keeping growl on Torterra till the end of the game like it was something people always did. Can't take full credit for that though. Mr. Gremmy keeps it even longer than I do. Slowly it became mainstream. You have a 4-sack. Is it riskless? You're not supposed to be happy with Maxi. It's just supposed to happen. Will-O-Wisp. Nice. All right. Let me just check this. 22. Correct. I cannot take a crit Woodhammer. So yes. Jelly has to die. Sorry, friends. Jellicent, you have not done that much, but the things you did were very important. Specifically, you gave me a riskless optionals Gothitelle fight with a 3-turn water spout sweep, and that felt so good. So we thank you for your service. Overlay, by the way, thank you. Choice Band Salamence. Dual Wing Beat just kills. Sylveon Slow Kill Hyper Voice. Big Spadef value. Hustle Smart Strike fast kills despite minimum speed. Literal minimum speed. I think this Durant has 4 frags now. Gara, Lucario, and Blaziken. Doesn't feel good. Can't lie to you. That sounds kind of normal. All right, we are out. We didn't get crit, so Salamence is safe here. We pivot on Drain Punch or Dragon Dance. We do not care which it is, because Intimidate counteracts. Oh man. Yeah, that's like two Kartana answers, right? And your ape is gone. So Matt is legit a challenge. All right, Prim's free switch on Dragon move. Pixie Plate Draining Kiss always heals to full. Iron Tail miss or crit or defense drop, none of them matter. That's a dead Como-O. 2 Pokemon in the back. One of them is Azu. Azu is always clicking Play Rough. We are faster. There is no reason not to get Flip Turn Chip, because we are going to take our time taking this thing down. Cap for Matt is 81, I think. Yeah, it's the one before Moss Deep, 81. All right, this is guaranteed Aqua Jet for highest damage, so we can just go back to Prim. And we can Encore that. Crit. Crit is not good, but that's life. We basically match the damage with the healing. Okay, Encore ended. We don't do enough damage yet, so we are going to Encore again. Draining Kiss is not near KOing, so we're safe from that perspective. And then, right, so we did Encore, we did Drain and Kiss. Now it's Flip Turn and Encore will end. Not that it matters. But we Flip Turn anyway. We take our last Aqua Jet. Good job, Prim. Go to Aggron. Encore ends. But you know what he's clicking? Aqua Jet. Big damage. Huge Citrus Berry save. Let's go. Gardevoir has fast kill with Aura Sphere only. So we can go to our ghost type. Now Gardevoir has Pixelate, which means it's going to click slow kill over Destiny Bond. That's why we couldn't chain kill. Because Phantom Force obviously 2-turn move, and Destiny Bond does go through that. Who do you, oh, you need to outspeed Kartana. Sorry, I forgot how fast that thing is. And there's like no way to have somebody else get a speed drop for you. Although sometimes you can set up a Tailwind and chain the Carvanha, because so many things can kill it, they just can't live and kill it. Two more fights. Two more fights. Jellicent down. Yep. The calc is too nice. I mean, you are speaking to someone who refused to consider Turtonator sacks or even Turtonator risks on my Maxi line, and I risked the run on Maxi because I knew how good Turtonator would be into things like Kartana. So I totally get where you're coming from. You have a Turtonator, so you have another answer. Do you have, I mean, the King's Rock cloisters are over. So yes, there are other cloisters, but Choice Band Sneasler is going to kill those other cloisters. Right? You're done with Bright Powder Cloister, and you're done with what's the other one? And King's Rock's Cloister. Like those are the things that you need your Lucario for, right? Like now you have Erratic Weather Cloister, who has I forget what, but you can kill it in one hit with lots of things in the sun because it dies to a special fire move. And then you have Vito 2's Cloister with a Focus Sash that can't be hit by Vacuum Wave anyway. Oh, Bright Powder. Yeah, but that's like Shockwave or Magical Leaf. There are rare cases where you'll just Draco guy, but you're not hitting it, right? You can't Vacuum Wave that. I guess you can Aura Sphere it. I'm a Lucario fan, but make no mistake, Maxi is the biggest wipe point in the game left for you. It takes what it takes. You have a GOAT box, which means you can take meaningful losses and still win. Beat Maxi. Nothing wrong with continuing to look. But don't run ass to save. You know, the difference between Lucario and whatever else you would sack. All right. Running the fights on Sunday. Got it. Yeah, you got some time. All right, we're going to sack Pinsir next. So Pinsir Superpower, and then sack it to this Yanmega, which always requires a sack. This is the only non-Eviolate Porygon in the entire game. So we sack to Yanmega. If it misses 5 Hurricanes in a row, technically we could eventually kill it. And then we go, I think it's Sharp Beak, pre-poisoned or toxic Aerodactyl. And Aerodactyl with Sharp Beak is gonna, well, we rock Tomb, KO the Yanmega, we fast kill it, and then it's not speed boost. We have to be very specifically pre-damaged, which I'll figure out at the end. But we can be above Retaliate unburnt. Right, we'd be above 196, but below 271 to always bait Blaziken for slow kill because we outspeed the back. We can just collect the Blaziken with dual wing beat. I'm pretty sure Cheese did the same darn thing with Mega Aerodactyl, his stream. Pretty common play here. And then after an additional tick of poison, now we will be in Retaliate range. And on Retaliate, we can just go to Colburberry Chandelure. Colburberry Chandelure is going to always bait Earthquake. Doesn't have to be Chandelure, I suppose, but that's fine. Colburberry Chandelure is what I found. And that always baits Earthquake. And we can just use our fun little friend Masquerain. Where are you? Masquerain and Chandelure are just a perfect pivot on this Ursaluna, who's going to chip itself down with Burn. So it burns itself on the Shandy switch in. It takes 1 tick on Masquerain. So every Masquerain pivot is an odd number. It has 16 Earthquakes, and then it has an infinite number of normal moves because Facade has way too many. And there's never any overlap with Crunch because we are intimidating it down. So we just do Mask plus Shandy pivots until this guy is super low. When it's super low, we can go back to Aerodactyl on an Earthquake turn, which will always have enough Earthquakes because it's slot 1. I do need to verify it's slot 1. Hold on. Merc, thanks for the raid. Good. We got 3 raids tonight. What a night. How's Stream Beast? Hopefully Truck treated you well. Guys, check out Merc. He's a friend of Whole Chord. Been streaming a whole bunch of Run and Bun recently. And just an all-around good dude. Definitely worth your time. What am I doing here? Parked on 117, did the first trainer and realized you needed a break. Nice. Well, we're glad you could take a break here. We're probably about 20 minutes from being done, hopefully. Earthquake is, in fact, first slot. So we have 16 Earthquakes. And he would die in, 17 Flame Orb ticks. So we're good. The reason we want to kill with Aerodactyl is that Aerodactyl with the continuous poison damage will always be dead to Conkeldurr Mach Punch. So on Conkeldurr Mach Punch, we can go to Wakanberry Primarina. Prim's never going to use the Wakan, but we're going to show fast kill with Moonblast. So Conkeldurr is going to continue being stuck clicking a Mach Punch. Fighting Gem will be gone at this point too. And we will Draining Kiss, heal basically to full, and then we will flip turn. And after the flip turn, I think Roxanne was 1 death. That was nice. Yeah, hey, getting through. If you're 1 death total through Roxanne, that's great. Absolutely great. And hell of a run. Yeah, look, for the Raiders coming in, right, I'm Ivy Wing. I'm not a Nuzlocker. I'm a Run and Bun player. This is the only game I've ever wanted to stream. Maybe that'll change with Terra Emerald and other things coming out. But I have beaten the game once on stream. This is NG+. This is my first attempt of NG+, and I am 2 trainers away from the Elite Four. I'm running the Elite Four on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, so if you like what you see, and you want to see someone risk it all on black on the first Elite Four trainer, come to the right place. E4 is planned. The plan for Sydney is bad by necessity, and after that we're good. I shouldn't say we're good, but the risk goes down on each fight. There are 2 potential bugs that I'm worried about on the Elite Four, and there is a single 1v1 matchup, which is a bad matchup. Everything else I feel pretty good about. Dave, I promised you an ape run. I don't know how many. I'm not really interested in running NG plus as a general statement, but I promised you that when this run ends, I will run ape, and I will keep that promise, even though it's been 4 full months since I made it, which in Nuzlocking is an eternity sometimes. Where is my Pult? Right, so we slow flip into Pult. Pult Draco plus Draining Kiss, I believe, always kills. 170 plus 166 is not enough. Okay, so I have to Wise Glasses that. Oh, I can't. I can't do both. Oh, but I flip turn. Right. So I just spell tag. Sandbox. I'm not a big sandbox guy because resource management, like my unique approach to resource management specifically, is one of the things that makes the game so fun for me. And just like having all of the resources and being able to use them whenever I want. Like, in my head, anybody could do that. Superior grass type monkey. Y'all, are you ready? First and last pincer appearance. I was originally going to sack Clawitzer here, but I was like, you know, I actually kind of like Clawitzer. It's done good things. I wanted to sack somebody that I don't appreciate, that I don't have to say thank you to, and pincer fit the bill. Dave, you're lucky I don't ban people with slander like that in this channel. Hold on. The website's weird about no, so Dave, it's weird if you try this one, Kasib. Yeah, you have to navigate the RP decks, exactly. Like every other page is broken. Not broken, but like it's just not mapped correctly, I suppose is the phrase. You got it. By the way, guys, poster child work here for why the game does not let you have these items, these resist berries earlier. They help so much. Wakanda forever. Oh no. Sorry to hear it, but you have not failed me, Jay. I guess I can just expert belt this guy, because I can't seem to find the shark beak, and I'm doing super effective damage to everybody I'm hitting. And that doesn't change the fact that I don't fast KO Conkeldurr, and I would fast KO Gallade base form. So it's still always Conkeldurr. Alright, now we can do the damage thing. So we sack, arrow comes in, we KO, we take 1 toxic tick, or it could be regular poison, we'll read that as well. So, boosted retaliate, unburnt. This is such an annoying calc. because it isn't even like Guts and Retaliate equal each other out. Yeah, happens. I'm not a very handy husband, admittedly, so like I'd probably just call a guy. So I have no room to pass judgment. All right, so we need to be above 196 plus toxic, which is what? 278 divided by 16, 17. We need to be above that, so we add 1. So 214 is the minimum after 1 turn, but then we need to be below Retaliate after the next turn. Which is 34. So add another 34. 248. All right, now let's map that in reverse. If I'm 248, I don't think that's right. I think I just made it so I would never bait the bear. I think I need to be 214 already. I'm 214 when I switch in. I KO Yanmega. I take whatever it is, 278 divided by 16. I take 17. I'm 214. I take 17. I go down to 197. Which means I never bait Retaliate. I always bait Close Combat Blaziken. I chain Blaziken. Then I take 34 more. And at 163, I'm definitely always dead to a normal move. We do the pivot thing. We have enough PP to work with. Go arrow. Arrow will be at 163, and then take 17, and then take 34, and be at 112. And at 112, we're certainly dead to Mach Punch. Fast kill, get Prim, Draco Chain, and there's no worries about Glade, right? Yeah, just spell tag. Okay. Just have to do the arrow pre-toxic and damage when we get there. Congratulations, Pinsir. I didn't think I'd ever level you up. But it turns out you have one use. You're an excellent eject button. So we just can't seem to keep our bug types with fighting coverage alive. Oh, we already have the choice band. 06, Bozo. Good riddance. Plus attack. We didn't even do the Mega Pinsir fight. Didn't bother. I did the Mega Aerodactyl fight in my winning run without Aerodactyl because I felt that was more valuable than having a Mega Pinsir. Bozo. Give me my spell tag. Shandy. Does Shandy need oh, you need a cash Culberberry. Culberberry, which I have a couple of. And then I suppose that Prim can have a citrus for the heck of it. Not Prim. Masquerain. All right, nobody else needs pre-damage. I am gonna pre-toxic pincer to die. Oh, no, I don't do that. I do that so that I always die even if Hurricane fails. Yes. Okay. So I do pre-toxic pincer, but I do not pre-damage because baiting U-turn is an L. All right, and let's be smart about this. I'm going to be pivoting those two. It's going to go Shandy. So I want you in slot 2 because Shandy's going to switch into you, and that'll make it easier for me. You go there. Yeah, that's better. Choice Band, Citrus Berry, Culber Berry, Wakan Berry, Spell Tag. Great. And then I leveled you up to 91. I don't think that matters at all. You're not clicking a button. You're just a pivot on a bear that can't kill you with anything but a normal type move. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. You can tell what I think of the Guts ability when you watch this one. Cute Flame Orb. Be a shame. Be a shame if you burnt yourself playing with that lighter. That would be a shame. Well, now I don't get to pre-damage because I walked up one step. I think I'm going to just pre-script because that's not, I don't even think of that as clausing. I didn't forget. I just thought I got to a step up another step. So we pre-toxic 1, and then we pre-toxic 3, and we pre-damage slot 3 to 214, which I'm going to make it 215 just to make myself comfortable. Okay. And then let's see if it actually works. If it doesn't, I'll just reset. That's fine. Looks like it worked. Choice Band Superpower. Get in there, Pincer. Bang! Yanmega. Peace, Pincer. The Yanmega attacks. Aerodactyl in. Good riddance, monkey. Rock Tomb always kills. We're in range of Blaziken, and Blaziken is dead to Dual Wing Beat with damage boost. Then we take another tick, and we're dead to Retaliate. Oh no, you're burnt. One. Two. 3. 4. 5. 6. Dave in shambles. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. I think that's enough. He's taken what we know is exact HP. 381 divided by 16. He's taken 23 times 12. It's 276. He's at 105. Dual wing beat does 108. And we're gonna obviously switch in as well. Big damage. Guaranteed mock. Right? No high crit, no high crit. Guaranteed mock. Prim is not dead to anything because of Wakan Berry, so this is always mock punch again. Draining Kiss, so even crits don't put us in range, and we need the chip. This still technically is 1 HP shy of enough chips, so we'll also slow flip on mock. And then Dragapult does Dragapult things. Can't mock punch and dragon. Draco. Spell tag. Thanaforce. One more fight. This is how the other fights were supposed to go too. Let's go pick up our Mega Stones. Shout out HSY, Gardevoirite, we're ready. Egglock incoming. Huge mask data this late in the game. Not counting it being a bot on whatchamacallit? E4. Hard to say. Hard to say. Probably put it in to be fun, but not meaningfully viable. Like you have to waste your Master Ball on it. Probably more work to take them out of the game than leave them in the game. So you just flip the learn set and say, well, you know, if people want to go catch a Wailord and go catch a, like, so be it. One more fight. One more fight. Oh. All right, I think my lead here is Aggron of all things. So Aggron full HP, and we do Rock Smash plus Fire Punch. Right, Rock Smash, Defense Drop, plus Fire Punch always kills, which I should have been doing this on the Mega form, which does have higher attack. So let's recalc that, not that it matters. Well, it matters a little bit, actually, because it's 50-50, it's not 50-50, but it's Metal Burst or Drill Run, turn 1. And so if it's Metal Burst, then the damage we take is between 45 and 63. Okay, and if it's Drill Run, the damage is between 57 and something else. But I've already done this math. No matter what happens on this Aggron, because Rock Smash doesn't do that much, we're going to out-damage everybody except Greninja, base form. And Greninja, the only way that other things out-damage me are when Greninja sees a kill, and nothing else is ever going to see a kill on me. So we just get Greninja for Hydro Pump or Dark Pulse. Primarina eats that for breakfast. It can flinch me one time, but once the Dark Gem is gone, the jig is up, and it's just clicking Hydro Pumps, and I can click Draining Kisses with a Citrus Berry. So Prim wins that matchup. We always get Breloom. Breloom always has a kill. We probably get Bullet Seed. We go back to our pretty high HP Aggron to confirm Mach Punch. I realize that you guys can't see the calc screen. Sorry. We try that again. Escav has a Focus Sash and Overcoat. Against base Aggron, it's clicking Drill Run or Metal Burst. We go Rocks Mega, we Rock Smash, we Fire Punch, we take a minimal amount of damage, 10 to 20% basically, and then we always bait Greninja because none of these physical attackers do meaningful damage to us. Then Prim just destroys this Greninja. This Greninja is also not the Ash form, so it does nothing. It dies. Too bad. Tough life. We get Breloom. For fast kill, on Breloom we go Aggron to confirm Mach Punch, and then we go Gengar. Right. And on... Yes, we go Gengar. It could be Swords Dance on the switch to Gengar, but that won't matter because we fast kill it with Sludge Bomb, and he has no priority that hits a Ghost type. Full HP Gengar. Hold up. Maybe do we Mega? No, it doesn't matter. Base Lucario Crunch doesn't have a kill into Gengar, so the only kill on the board is going to be Dragonite EQ. So on Dragonite EQ, base Gengar is good enough. We go to Avalugg. Avalugg at level 99 with the Never Melt Ice and Icicle Crash show killing rolls through multiscale, so Dragonite cannot set up. It's always dual Wing Beat. We always live Earthquake into dual Wing Beat. Avalanche will KO through multiscale because we took damage, and then we're going to bait Lucario almost always. It is possible for us to bait Miltank here. I'll deal with it, but that's like triple crit because it's even a double hit move. Is it triple crit? It might just be single crit. Hold on. Earthquake, 34 and 27. No, he'd have to crit me twice out of 3 hits. So I'm safe assuming Lucario there. On Lucario, we go back to Gengar. Gengar baits Crunch. On Crunch, we go... where? Is that true? Am I looking at that right? I am looking at that right. We'll go to Choice Scarf Arcanine. Choice Scarf Arcanine, Overheat always KOs, even if we get Crunch crit dropped, we would never be dead to Bullet Punch. So we're safe to KO this guy with a Choice Scarf and bait Miltank. We will have to decide whether we Flare Blitz or Overheat. we'll see about that. Because it does allow for this fool to set up. And then is that really my plan? It really is. And then I just sack Arcanine. Isn't that nice? Not sure I'll have to, but probably. Do I have a guaranteed 1v1 for this thing? Or is it just sack and do Latios? Might be. That might be okay. Almost use Clawitzer there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But no, I think we just bring La-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da. Or can I like boom my Wailord? Maybe we boom. Can I go boom my Wailord? Are you good enough to do that? I can't type. I just typed boom into the chat, not explosion, by the way. Don't mind me. I'm a bum. No, that doesn't work. Okay. So we'll just go Cherry Berry, Latios off of a sack. Right, so what if we did Overheat? If we did Overheat, we got it to -2. We actually wouldn't KO with Cherry Berry Draco. So if we're sacking, it doesn't really make sense to sack off of Overheat. So maybe I just Flare Blitz. And if I Flare Blitz and die and it's Miltic in the back, I just send out Latios and we KO with Psychic into Draco. And we're always safe with Cherry. Let's do that. Let's do that. I am sad, a little sad to sack Arcanine. Arcanine doesn't really deserve it, but I'm ready to be done. I've given enough to this game. Oh, Shandy, why couldn't you be like 3 speed points faster? Okay, Prim, Gengar. Avalugg. Avalugg's like second fight. Hasn't done much. But hey, it did do a Dragapult and Zootopolis gym, which is kind of important. Weirdly enough, the plus attack has mattered less than the minus defense. I would not have guessed that. I knew that you want defense on that guy, but I didn't think that would end up being such a pivotal nature. But it really was. It didn't hit any ranges. It usually just like obliterated what it was attacking. But the lack of defense meant it was often dead to crits in places that I wasn't willing to risk them. Which is all of the places, in fairness. And in this version, Canto Arcanine's Intimidate actually will hinder us, but we don't have a way to play around that. Good old Cherry Berry. Is this a Psycho Shift angle? Milk Drink is just recover for Miltank, right? It doesn't, just 50% HP, great. So if instead of Latios, can I go Latios Psycho Shift? And I think I could. I think I can Cherry Berry, Psycho Shift. Yeah, Psycho Shift Burn, because if it curses against the burn, who cares? Cherry Berry, Psycho Shift Burn. I like that better. I don't want to bring Latios if I don't have to. I want to be done. I want to be done, Dave. It's enough. Gengarite. No, we want... I shouldn't be streaming this late, but I am. No, I'm working tomorrow. Full day. I just, again, I want to be done. I said I wasn't going to end stream until I either lost or finished these optionals. So that's where we are. But I'm not lowering my standards about how prepared I want to be for a fight. So here we are. Yeah, and I don't think Avalugg early matters anymore now. Not Avalugg early. Miltank early and setup don't matter now that we're doing the Psycho Shift stuff. Okay, we do need to teach the correct moves. That would be an L. Okay, so we Rock Smash. Get rid of Thunder Punch. Anybody else need moves? No, no, no. You have Icicle Crash and Avalanche, right? Yes, you do. Just Fire Punch. Alright, and I don't believe there's any pre-damage on this fight. Not on you, not on you, not on you, not on you. You're not even coming. Yeah, everybody's just fully. This is just, hey team, get in there. Agronite, Citrus Berry, yes. Citrus Berry, sure. Cherry Berry, pre-burn, yes. Choice Scarf, yes. Never Melt Ice, yes. Okay. The final countdown. I think I did that every time I walked through. No pre-damage, no pre-status. Just the right items. Aggronite, the right moves, Rock Smash, Fire Punch, Citrus Berry, Draining Kiss, all you need. Base Gengar is all I need. Dragon Pulse, Psycho Shift, Pre-Burn, Cherry Berries, Roost. Yeah, getting a lot of value out of this late Roost. Let me say, it's almost like I shouldn't have ever deleted Recover off that guy. And double Ice move. Here we go. Well, I think we deserve the game, a regular pacing, and regular game music. Expert Timothy, the absolute final trainer before the Elite Four. We Mega, we Rock Smash. This is more likely to be Metal Burst than Drill Run. But we don't care. Fake Out Overheat. I had Fake Out Wattmel Berry Natural Gift, but I didn't like the line. But the 8 does also bait the correct thing, if I remember correctly. Now we Fire Punch. And this should be always Greninja, and usually Dark Pulse as well. I'm an idiot because I didn't teach the other correct moves. Okay, Avalugg, get in there, buddy. I was supposed to teach Ice Punch as well to outdamage the Dragonite, and I didn't. This is fine. We'll be fine. I don't actually know that it's fine, but we'll be fine. Avalanche always kills. Yay, we're steering the last fight because we're stupid. There's Greninja. Please tell me there's no Ice Beam rolls here. We're an Ice type. Surely even our Avalugg can manage that. It's never Ice Beam, it's never Water Shuriken. Same setup. What is the difference now? The difference is that Gengar would bait Crunch. I think Crunch Lucario or set up directly, which is probably fine. This is Prim on regular Greninja. Cannot freeze us, which is the only thing that would be bad. There goes the Dark Gem. He can no longer click Dark Pulse and flinch us. We can trigger Torrent here. If we max roll or crit and don't max roll, we will put him into Torrent range. But he's a bozo. Yeah, that's nearly max attack Avalugg, by the way. This was the... I don't know that it mattered, though. Quirky Avalugg also always killed Dragapult with Never Melt Ice. Well, Quirky Guy or Neutral Guy would not have shown a kill. I would have needed Choice Band. But I had Lonely plus attack minus defense. And I almost max attack. Alright, let's see. Not Torrent, we basically healed a full. We get Bullet Seed Breloom. Alright, and now I have the wrong setup, but hey, whatever, it'll be fine, right? This is Breloom for fast kill. We go Aggron. Okay, and then this can be Swords Dance or Mach Punch. Right, we're already slower. It can't Rock Tomb. Max damage is Mach Punch. Ooh, without Fighting Gem, I think it's still Mach Punch. Yep, still always Mach Punch or Swords Dance. Gengar does not take damage from either, and therefore does not take damage ever. Scary Breloom. You may be jolly, but you don't outspeed slow Gengar. Sludge Bomb does 148%. Now what? Now I wish I had... Oh, I can't Mega anyway. Well, I can't sack Gengar, because Gengar is coming to the Elite Four. Alright, this is Body Slam or Curse. Let's just go straight here. Okay. We're Cherry, but that doesn't actually matter. We Psycho Shift. He can Curse here as well. Another Body Slam. Are we dead to a third Body Slam? Burnt. He can Curse here as well. Burnt Body Slam does 48 non-crit, 72 on crit, so we're fine. Let's just deal some damage. This might take a minute because it can Milk Drink against us. Okay. 67. We are dead to crit now, which is a little bit of a bummer because I'd kind of like to just KO this guy. But we didn't get Body Slam parried yet. There's Milk Drink. Curse. Okay, now he's kind of stuck. Pretty much has to Roost or lose. Roost. The old Roost Miltank, of course. He does out-heal me, but I actually don't know how many power points Milk Drink is. It says it's 5, but the thing also says that about whatchamacallit. Alright, and then this setup looks kinda sorta perfect. Latias at 142 HP. A base Lucario without adaptability. We are baiting only Crunch Swords Dance. And we don't take anything from Bullet Punch, so We win. Baby steer from idiocy, but we're cool. Okay. Again, 142 Lucario into me. Even with adaptability, would only see one killing roll. So we're safe. And we don't have any killing rolls, so it can't. Well, even Bullet Punch wouldn't matter. Focus blocks, we don't care. We live max roll crit crunch, drop into Bullet Punch max roll crit priority. But this is usually crunch. Okay. Dave, this one's for you, man. One more for the road. A weight has been lifted. Thank you, monkey. Thanks, Kasib. We're in this thing. I guess I don't really need to be here yet. But let's just be here. Obligatory gates save state. All right. Spoiler warning. I've already revealed 3 Elite Four Pokemon, and I'm going to re-reveal them here. There is, but I haven't shared it on purpose. It's a secret known to me and anyone I've met in person. Which is exactly Ben XC. Irritable bowing. The number of things people have told me it means is quite high. All right, let's get the number of deaths correct. So, oh, I forgot about some of these guys. So that's 5 more than a full box, and a full box is 6 by 5, 30. So we're 36 deaths. Wow. This is like 50% more deaths than my last run. And I kind of wish in hindsight it had been Iron Ball, because when I use Iron Ball Pokemon, when I write notes, I literally write IB and then the Pokemon's name for my lines. So that is it. Like it has become that, though it wasn't the original intent. All right. So you probably know these at this point. If you saw the promo, you know one. Known E4 members. Latios. Weavile. And Gengar. And I guess at this point, I have also revealed Prim. I can't wait. Honestly, I don't know why. At this point, I don't think any of mine are a secret. So I'm gonna share it. If you don't want to see it, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to decide to depart. I don't need the secrecy this time. Sceptile, absentively. And yes, beware. I'm Ted Bear. And the thing that I need is I don't have nicknames for these two. I need them. I will come up with them. And I am open to suggestions. That is the squad. These 6 Pokemon need to want it. These 6 Pokemon, 3 scales, 1 candy. That's what we got. How risky is it looking? It's a lot riskier than my last one, which had none. How risky? I'm certain that it's over a 90% win rate. However, most of the risk, the non-fictional risk, is on the same fight, on a single 1v1 between Primarina and Yveltal on Sydney singles. There's also a bug, hypothetically, that I did a bunch of research on and talked to people that know this game really well. And I'll be honest with you, their consensus is that what I want to happen, what I need to happen, will not happen, and I will lose. So, and that's not that those people are rooting against me. That's they were giving me their honest opinion to help. That they don't think this thing will go my way because of run and bug problems, and I disagree. I have decided that it will work, and I've made my peace with that. So I will keep that one a secret until the time comes, and we can all hold on tight. Raw switch? Yep. Brim just gotta want it. What can I tell you? That matchup's been done many times before. I haven't seen it lost many, but it can. I'm dead to rolls of double crit right off the bat, and I'm minus special attack nature, so I don't really out heal it. So it's gonna be, I could run out of power points. I could win the matchup but be too low and bait 50-50. I have no counterplay to that. Prim just has to do the job. Prim just has to do the job. But I feel lighter than I have since that close combat hit my penguin, which was super rude. Flight order known. Yes, I am doing singles, doubles, doubles, singles, and obviously singles. Only the lines themselves are unknown. Let me check these items. I'm not ready to sleep because now I'm wired. Surely no ranges, he says. It's funny you should say that, Monkey. It's true. Well, the plan A line for every fight does not include any ranges. Slothy, none of my Pokemon learn close combat. The Prim 1v1 I think of as ranges, yes. But it's not. It's really just out. It's just like healing stuff. It's not really running a range. But there is a there is a range behind a steer that is incredibly unlikely, Monkey. That I could not make riskless. But there are no ranges in what should happen. No, he does not learn close combat. The only two Pokemon I got in this game, in this run, that learn close combat are Kanto Arcanine and Cleaver. And Cleaver clicked close combat into Follow Me Clefable for 30% and then died because I'm an idiot. So the only Pokemon that has a KO with close combat is Arcanine. Yeah. No, we haven't been doing a lot of CCs. This is not your typical Elite Four, for sure. Kanto Arcanine E4. I looked at it. I looked at a bunch of guys. Here, we'll talk about some honorable mentions. Happy to do that. Because I don't really plan on milking it the day of. All right. Who was strongly considered? Absol. Absol was the objectively best dark type for the Elite Four out of my whopping 2. But in order for me to bring this Absol, who had the exact wrong speed IV of 13, it speed tied things, and if I speed scaled it, it would be too fast to underspeed stuff in base form. And so like I needed it to be like 16, or I needed to have one more candy, and I still needed to have a nature change and the scale for detect. I just didn't have the scales. So Absol, I spent probably 50% of my planning time trying to make Absol work, and I simply could not do it. Dragapult got honorable mentions. I knew that I couldn't afford nature change on Dragapult, but funny enough, Jolly Pult does have a couple of things. It does less than um, Lonely or Naughty Pult does, but one thing that plus speed Dragapult does is that outspeeds the Mega Gengars with Shadow Tag on both of the Phoebe fights, and so you can actually switch into that Gengar and kill it, which like literally nothing else in the game does. So I had this hope in my head that I could do the first sucker punchless Phoebe singles. I don't know if it's actually the first, but I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a non-boring Phoebe singles, and I was hopeful I could be the first. Um, but minus special attack Draco Meteors were like didn't even have killing rolls on things that you usually need to KO. Maybe if I had a second choice item, but I honestly I don't think I couldn't find a way to make Dragapult work. Um, I needed a ghost type that does more, and yes, that ghost type turned out to be Gengar. Chandelure almost came. Again, I was pretty much every ghost type was considered. I'm going to put Shuppet over here. Banette was considered. Banette has some really cool E4 tech. So every ghost type, even Basculegion, was considered for at least the better part of a day. Steelix, I looked at. I wanted Steelix to work. It doesn't. It just doesn't do enough damage, even in Mega form. And the E4 is full of special attackers. Steelix can't take those attacks. Caracosta, I had a fully planned Elite Four that was riskier than my current one, where Caracosta was coming. Caracosta was going to operate not just as a protect bot, it was going to kill multiple things with power gems. It was going to need to, and it was going to take advantage of Swift Swim to outspeed the champion's Goodra and do some pretty meaningful damage to it. One of the things that Caracosta does that almost nothing in the game does is safely pivots on the Wallace's Salamis random move. So I can give this Caracosta a Citrus Berry, switch in a random move, guarantee myself Earthquake, and get my requisite Flying or Dragon type in. Anybody else seriously considered? I looked at Crobat Tailwind for doubles, but he didn't do enough. Oh, and Donphan. I looked at Donphan for a long time. Donphan has some pretty cool tech. Donphan has been champed. The things that I wanted Donphan to do were all unique relative to what the other person that champed Donphan did. And so I was originally very excited by the prospect, but it just didn't come together. I think that's kind of it. Aerodactyl didn't have the juice, and my box at no point has been able to do the Aerodactyl Mega fight, so I just base Aerodactyl's not cutting it. I don't think Togekiss is good in the Elite Four at all. That was about it. The Elite Four is planned AG. It is, I'm running it on Saturday at 4. You have just arrived at the last few minutes of my final optional stream, so those are the only fights left. How does Dark Aura influence baiting in Sydney singles, or was that the thing you didn't want to talk about? No. So Dark Aura is... So I haven't studied Dark Aura bug that much because it I haven't needed to. That typically affects like Alakazam Protean lines specifically. But my understanding of the bug is that if you have a dark type on the field, the AI thinks that your damage is also boosted by Dark Aura for switch-in. So, for instance, if I had my Absol on the field, and I think maybe it might even be all of my moves are boosted by Dark Aura, like Protean. I'm not sure. Like Protean bug plus Dark Aura bug. I don't know if it's a Protean bug, a Dark Aura bug, both. Not sure. But the idea that you are somehow boosted by your opponent's ability, and that can mess up bait order. That will not come up for me. It is impossible for that to come up for me. My fight is entirely baiting fast kills after I KO something. So there's no I'm not bypassing anything in the bait order. That 20% of damage here, one way or the other way, is gonna change anything. I'm excited. AG, you want to see the squad? I've already revealed it, but I intentionally didn't put it back up on the screen to give you a chance to not get spoiled. Yeah, ma'am. All right. Well, here you go. The squad is Latios, Weavile, Gengar, Prim, Sceptile, and Beware. These are the 6 that won it. And as much as I only have 3 scales left, oh, I don't even know offhand, Kasib. Beware has never even come to an Elite Four to my... Well, 3 scales AG, but you gotta understand. I have nature changed Latios, Weavile, and Sceptile. When I walk into the Elite Four, these 6 Pokemon will have taken a combined 18 of the 30 scales in the game. So, this is not the poor man's E4 you might think it is when you see the 3 scales, 1 candy I have left. I have very intentionally only put stuff into Mons I thought had potential, and it has worked out. Yeah. Sceptile got nature changed for Seafloor Cavern. It helped me in 3 of the 6 or 7 fights in there. Yeah. No, Kasib, I mean, yeah, you're right. I haven't had to study that one, right? I study the things that are going to come up in my lines, and that one hasn't come up. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I've got some tech. Follow me, Trick Doubles has been beaten to death. Yeah, here's what if the stupid Marshadow didn't have a Lumberry, then Togekiss with pre-burn Psycho Shift would be a thing, because the rest of the Elite Four, it can do stuff, but it just doesn't really function offensively, and it's not tanky enough to be like a defensive wall unless you're specifically assault vesting it. Yeah, right. Like the flying type is a liability for Togekiss, and I do feel like it's one important matchup away from being good. When I've looked at it, it's always like super clunky. It's more looked like the I have to have a fairy type compositions allow for Togekiss, as opposed to like Togekiss is good here and I want to bring it. Yeah, like obviously the 4x fighting resist, the dark resist, baiting the poison moves, like yes please. I think there's probably more untapped follow me tech than people think. Um, in my Discord demon days, I had a it ended up losing because I didn't take enough damage on Sydney. So I had to recook my Phoebe line in real time, and I panicked and I failed to see an opportunity. Um, and wiped. But the original plan was basically to set up Urshifu to be dead to Dragon Pulse from Giratina and just click follow me over and over again. And just leave that bozo on the field as a, like choice band Shifu cleared everything not named Giratina. And that was, oh no. Disparage. We're back. I assume you mean the only Psycho Shift mons that are grounded are the Zamlined. Yeah, it's mostly like the levitating psychic types. Yeah, follow me immunity. But it was fun. It wasn't guaranteed that it'd be Dragon Pulse. The Clef needed to be pretty bulky and take like 2 Shadow Sneaks along the way. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Oh man. Oh, I just want to talk about the line so badly. Why do I have to wait 2 days to do this? Why? Why must I wait? Why can't I go in right now? Just stay up all night. Totally won't ruin my workday. Egg Lucky 4 has been on hold. I have been completely consumed by trying to find something, anything doable with this box. Let me tell you, this E4 took me. I'm already a slow prepper for Elite Fours, but this one took me probably twice as. It took me more than twice as long in terms of days, and I probably spent more time calcing per day than I did for all of the others. Like, I was waking up at night thinking about ranges, and it's bad. I had the whole mind virus, but I worked out. Let's just say I worked out a lot of kinks. So like I have a point in the Elite Four where I'm like, all right, if I get past this turn, like it's gonna be fine. Yeah, man, excited to share it. Take a last look at our fallen heroes. Look who's still around too. Like, what kind of a finishing box has Eel, Masquerain, and Clawitzer still in it? And Magmortar. Like, what is it? Just some guys. Drakealgae literally never came to a fight. Just leave that thing over there. Let's move stuff that never did a fight. It doesn't belong in box 1. Dude, Magmortar has been legitimately useful, right? And keep in mind, I have 2 good fire types. Magmortar, It might have more frags than Arcanine, but there were a surprising number of cases where Magmortar came over the other two. He probably has about 15 frags. A couple of highlights for Guy. Magmortar did Shelly, Winstitute, Dragonite, because I was able to lock it into Fire Punch with a flip turn setup and Sandslash. So I was able to burn the Dragonite and manipulate it to actually gain HP on my Primarina mid-fight. And then it came to Winona, and Prim Magmortar again had nice synergy. I was able to bait Fire Punch, Encore it, and then let Magmortar two-shot the Celesteela. And then Erratic Weather, the first fight with the Demon Archeops, with the Protean Bug Greninja that thinks it does negative damage. Magmortar chained 2 in the middle of the fight. It stalled out the special Arcanine there. It stalled it out of Scorching Sands and just KO'd that into, I forget what else. What was the next mon? It switched in, KO'd the Cloyster, and then took the Arcanine that it baited after the Cloyster. That was sick. It took like 3 mons on a random Space Center fight. It did the back-to-back in Space Center. It did the Bisharp for me. Like, Guy's done work. I'm with you. I've never seen Magmortar be decent before, and maybe this is just like, I got this ass NG plus box, so like Magmortar needs to be functional, but it was probably in the top half of value mons in my box. Like over the course of the run. Obviously, like later on, I got the Lotties. Like I got things later that did more. But for when I got it, it has kind of consistently just come to like 1 out of every 8 fights. Been a hero. Certainly been better than this fool. Bum. Hustle. Min speed. Piece of garbage. 4 frags. L. AG, you weren't here at the start. Let me take you a trip down memory lane and show you my starter pack. All right. Who do we start with? We had some Woats. We hit the whatever the opposite of the lottery is. That's what we hit. Right. Obviously, we just started with a GMO Penguin because we wanted to. I didn't know what the right hidden power to use was, so I just 186'd it and moved on. Hidden Power Dark never helped one time, and in hindsight, Hidden Power Grass is absolutely the correct choice. But so we had that guy, and then the hits just kept coming. We pulled this Gem of a Rapidash, which was slower than, like, Adamant sounds great, but it was slower than everything by 1 speed point. Yeah, most people like Dragon, and the Dragon is great for the Kingdra. I get early game is usually the thing you need to get past, but Hidden Power Grass would have. There are so many Rocks matchups where Hidden Power Grass works and Natural Gift doesn't. So we hit the Rapidash. Actually had a really good Ludi that just died to Watson. Watson frauded me so hard, dude. Where are all my Woats? Oh yeah, we hit this. Check out this Scolipede. Oh yeah, Aqua High Ground 7 is top of my list. Look at this guy. We scaled the attack, by the way. This was 5 attack, calm, 00 Scolipede. Absolute hero. My goat. Yes. So we hit that guy. We hit the Rapidash. We hit this Masquerain. This guy, This thing undersped so many things you've never even considered underspeeding. We we speed tied the clay doll in defense room in Petalburg. Um, this thing was just always slower. It was slower than the Ursa Luna we just stalled out. Imagine your Masquerain being slower than an Ursa Luna with that's not even plus speed. Um, who else did we hit? Who was our other early guy? Oh yeah. We hit this Caracosta. Huge 0 attack, Swift Swim. Let's go. No, Arcanine was on 112. Arcanine came much later. We already had 4 badges by that point. Wait, but wait, there's more. Wait a minute. We got this guy who had all the IVs but the wrong nature. We did manage to click one zoom lens Fire Blast just for the fun of it, which hit pretty hard in Sun. But this hit all the ranges it needed to, and it tanked a billion hits. Hit all the flame bodies. Truly a goat of the run. Luxray. Luxray is the hero of the run, AG, by a wide margin. Let me tell you the story of this calm Luxray. Right, my Ludicolo died to Norman. So I had a Carnivine. This Carnivine, the worst Carnivine of all time. Oh, adamant on your Leaf Storm guy. Yes, this thing didn't KO anything. It undersped a minus speed Octillery in Flannery's gym. Luxray was my grass type for the entire game. I just naturally have Calm Sync, it's true. This Luxray did so much, and it risked a crit every single time. And by the way, it had to hit a range on Shell's Togekiss with Muscle Band. That's how bad the nature was. But let me tell you about what this thing did do. First, it did its regular Brawly thing, right? It took the Scraggy for me, no problem. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This did Poliwhirl for me. I did Scraggy with Penguin Growl plus Regen Fu. Luxray did the Togekiss, super clutch. It 1v1. Oh no, it didn't. It came to CRR, and it took like 7 different hits on CRR because the Hawlucha set up 4 bulk ups on me. So I intimed the Kingdra, which set up 2 Dragon Dances. It intimed the Hawlucha, which set up 4 times. It came to Norman, where I had to pivot around on Cincino a bunch of times. So this thing got me an Intimidate on Azu, got me an Intimidate on Cincino, and lived to tell the tale. Then I brought it to... Oh god, what else did it do? Then it came to Winona. That was the next heroic moment. It came to Winona, where I had the worst Winona plan of all time cooked up in a lab, and the plan was for Prim to just beat everything with support. And that plan quickly fell apart because my Corviknight got flinched, as it should have, by Serene Grace, Shaman Sky. So Luxray full 1v1s the Hawlucha, and then gets an Intimidate on Celesteela as well, dodging all of the crits, including Stone Edge, high crit AI, so that I could reestablish guaranteed Flamethrower for my Magmortar things, right? Magmortar, Luxray, Winona, just like you drew it up. Then it did other things. It almost came to Pyre Tag. It almost it did do the screens and Teleon lead because you're a mixed attacker, so you can nuzzle and then click whatever move isn't screened to KO that guy. But the biggest thing that Luxray did is Luxray 1v1 admin Mats Dracovish for me. That was Luxray's last battle. And dude, I was so box checked by that thing. Absolute hero. It did die to a crit, which was fitting, but I risked Luxray to, I kid you not, like probably a dozen crits. So good. Here, see some more of my early game goats. Water Veil, 0 attack, 2 speed Floatzel, thumbs up. Ranges, we don't have killing rolls. You can't run a range if you don't have any killing rolls. Lopunny, quiet. This was 3 speed, but we did have 30 attack. We scaled the speed, we scaled U-turn. Lopunny's still insane. But yes, it absolutely mattered that we were minus speed a bunch of times. Not a bad encounter as it turned out. This Huntail did all of the wrong things. This was my Rhydon counter for Shell. So I candied Huntail, and Brine happened to always kill the Rhydon with Wise Glasses. And then it did nothing at all. But being plus Spadef mattered a lot when it came to Archie and did the Sword Guy. Archie 2 in Seafloor Cavern. I had this guy, Swift Swim, KO the Aegislash, and then chip the Zapdos for me. This was the one I had a 1-death Archie that included Huntail and Carnivine. Hilarious. Dude, you missed a lot this run, dude. You missed a lot, all right? You haven't been here from the start. We've been through some things. What other? I couldn't hit a nature to save my life. Here's some more great natures. We got this quiet Pidgeot on 121. We got Brave Mienshao, who I threw away. The first like great feeling encounter we got this max special attack Dragonite, and then I immediately got Sniper Crit into early Skuntank into turn 1 boom, and my Dragonite died. I'm getting them loaded up to YouTube, so there'll be a channel soon enough. It's been fun, man. This run has been a wild ride. This was late game, but I laughed so hard when I caught this. 0 min special attack Clefable. Let's go, my goat. There have been some absolute dog water guys. It's been so fun. We got the analytic 1 special attack Magnezone, but it's a Magnezone. It's so good. Oh god, there were so many bad ones. So many things died too. So like, but that starter pack, right? Like coming in and getting. Who was my? Oh yeah, it was it was you. What did I get in Little Root? Did Golduck do anything? Yeah. Oh my! Did Golduck do it? I'm so glad you asked, AG. Yes. Golduck hasn't done that many fights, admittedly, but it's been weirdly a specialist. So Golduck did the Demon Life Orb Salamence in Seafloor Cavern. Choice Scarf Ice Beam just 1-tapped it. The Sticky Webs fight in Victory Road, I set up a Eel into Golduck Choice Spec Surf triple KO, thanks to Magic Bounce from Absol putting sticky webs on the other side. And then it's done some typical, right, Swift Swim Pokemon with Flip Turn is good. And I don't have a Barraskewda stuff. So yeah, Golduck contributed. You look, man, you gotta use what you got. Trying to think of some highlights worth sharing. Like at some point, I don't know that I'll ever do a highlights video per se, but I can certainly point you to some ones once I get them posted that were. I think Winona's the most. Winona. Oh, Bridge Rival. Zoom lens cross chop. I mean, you can. Bridge Rival was probably the most. I don't know why I still have the screen up. At this point, I can just chat. So, my Bridge Rival, I had an okay squad, but I couldn't. I had no way to play around Hydro Pump Miss by the Demon Mantine. So I just didn't. I had like 4 versions of the plan without Hydro Pump missing, and then like I walked into the fight and was like, I hope my plan is that Hydro Pump doesn't miss. That's my plan. And then Hydro Pump missed, and we full steered the entire fight. And Bastia Legion dodged Muddy Water Drop and Hurricane Confusion, and then hit a range on the Lucario. It was insane. I mean, just the worst. Cross chop, I believe, is 95% in this game, and you should be able to click wide lens cross chop. Well, it's 90%. So if you are slower, zoom lens cross chop will always hit. Yes. Yeah, Winona. I think Shelly into Winona, into Bridge Rival into Winona was the most exciting portion of the game. I had the most fraudulent defense room of all time because my Rapidash died and I had 0 fire type moves. So I just asked my 0 speed Masquerain to do Mudsdale and to do Claydol and to do Ferrothorn, and Ferrothorn set up 3 iron defenses on me. What a day. What a squad. Sometimes you gotta risk the 1% miss. Who else? Who else was buns? But there were mistakes too. For all of the like, oh my god, how did you play with all these woats? I made some mistakes that cost me some mons, as I'm sure is true for a lot of people. I remembered these 3 died to Watson, so I frauded my way deathless to Watson, and then these 3 died to Watson, and I thought at the time that I had played the Watson badly. I watched it back today. I got crit 5 times, and I lost 10 50-50s, some of which were more like 60-40s in my favor. And so now I feel kind of okay that I survived it all. I was 50-50 to wipe at the end of Watson. That was probably as close to wiping as I've got. Oh god. I had to candy this. This is named Darius because I had to spend a candy on Birdkeeper Darius, a gym trainer in Winona Gym. I needed candy so that Flying Gem Acro or Flying Gem Brave Bird would show killing a 50% roll so that I could prevent setup. Yeah, I had my plan, my only plan into that. Like this is, I don't know if you've ever tried the NG Plus thing, but like my experience has been, now admittedly I had the worst encounters of all time, but because it's attempt 1, I just ran it. I was like, it's attempt 1, I run it to the ground. The run dies when it dies, whatever. And it just never died. Like it wasn't. I had decent matchups into most boss battles, but there were just like random trainers I couldn't do. And so Birdkeeper Darius's Gliscor was one of them. I had Flying Gem plus a candy. And then my plan was to just click Roost until he dual wing beat Flame Body burns himself. Like that was it. That was plan A, plan B, and plan C. And if it didn't work, I was gonna lose. But that candy paid off because I probably would have lost Talon to Winona without it. Coolest moments, Sandslash Space Tag was sick. I juiced this guy up to level 93 for Space Tag. I gave it the Ice Gem, and I had three rolls that didn't kill with Ice Shard on the Landorus. I hit the range, and I had a riskless line from there with no variance. Every turn predetermined. That was pretty sick. I had never seen, like, Space Tag is always like weird. What if I crit? What if this? What if that? It was super clean. Latios Jet Blue. That's a good. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna think on it because I typically like to name my mons after either moments in the run or chatters in some way, usually with some type of wordplay. So who knows? It might be named Kasib when we get there. I was looking at Kasib Berry Calcs. This is the greatest Druddigon of all time. I will say that. For all of the misses, the one thing this run always had, always was Spadef IVs. Right? I got like I have God-given Calm Sync, and just everybody had Spadef. Right? We got the Luxray. We got this guy. Who else had a billion Spadef? I already showed you the Huntail. He's got the Spadef. Who else was a Spadef junkie? Oh, I changed the nature. My Sceptile came sassy plus Spadef, 31 Spadef. Then so did my Legion. Sassy, 31 Spadef. The number of max Spadef Pokemon I got, just... I had all of the Spadef IVs, none of the attack IVs. Oh, yeah, Turtonator. This one mattered a lot. 1 defense sucked, but 17 Spadef and 31 HP. Yes, please. I'm a Fire Spin gamer, by the way, so I keep all the trapping moves. I ran Fire Spin Turtonator for the entire run, and it mattered a bunch of times. We ran Sand Tomb, Magnet Rise, Steelix, which, in fairness, I only found one use for the Magnet Rise, and then the use failed because it turns out that you cannot Encore Pursuit, which I don't know if that's vanilla or a bug. Yeah, there's a couple of places where Fire Spin is more consistent and better than Flamethrower because Flamethrower can, like, trigger a berry, and Fire Spin gives you really specific control over an HP range. Also, as an added bonus, it pisses off cheese. So I might just keep it for that. Who else did big things? Oh. You mean this Rapidash set? Fire Spin Morning Sun? All day. That's my life. Easy. I keep all the spin moves. Growl, usually I'm running Growl, Fire Spin. Well, it has Hypnosis for like 10 seconds. That's like on Route 117. I I don't seriously run that. Avalugg came to 3 fights. It fragged 3 dragon types with Avalanche. It never clicked a different move. Mine was nearly max attack, which made it look like a juicer, but minus defense meant it was pretty much always dead to double crit. So if I switched in and then took another crit, I would lose. And so it just almost never came. Right? Ice typing is just a bad monotype. So in a game where everything has perfect coverage, literally every mon almost has super effective damage into Avalugg. Oh, Gigalith. We did Gigalith Flannery. This was a good one. Solid Rock, all good IVs. Gigalith did Flannery. It came to Norman. We did not risk any flinches on Norman. We risked like quintuple flinch into Regen Fu instead. So this did Flannery. I risked a 50-50 crit burn. No, 50-50 crit. To be full steer flan, dodged it. Pretty almost riskless. Riskless from that point, deathless. And then Gigalith did no scale or candy double boom tag for me, which, I mean, you've seen the ass I've had, so why do I care if I'm exploding? We had no Groudon lead, so we managed to pull this Rash Shiftry just in time for Maxi from Magma Hideout. That was nice. Oh, this was a sick one. Zoroark sucks, right? Terrible Pokemon. But on Tabitha 2, I did the old sack this guy to guaranteed Victini on eject and gave it the flying gem to show posthumously fast kill to Hitmonlee, and was able to bait Yanmega and then kill it with my Pidgeot guaranteed for free. That was awesome. That was one of my favorite cooks. Drapion came to that. That was what? Drapion, Zoroark, base Lopunny slow flip, Pidgeot. You know, I had and Beware. I'd never seen Drapion do Tabitha before. I'd never seen Zoroark really do Tabitha before either. So that one was pretty cool. 2 death tab with 1 shed shell felt really good. And then I had to sack 5 to Maxi. That was brutal. Absolutely brutal. First time ever having unburdened Drifblim. Right, obviously it dies in Magma Hideout always, but this thing was really, really fun to use for the short period we had it. Adversity of the run, every single Octillery was a demon that took a Pokemon from me. All of them. We lost this one to an Octillery. We lost this Dragonite because of an Octillery, and then the Skuntac Boom. Brutal. The only Pokemon I threw away. I threw away this Dreadnought to a Dugtrio because I'm an idiot and I can't read speed tiers. Oh! Poison Gem Toxic! I forgot about. Oh my god. So Expert Kevin, right? In 4 Tree Gym. I was completely box checked by Expert Kevin's Togekiss. But I have this. This was the most cracked looking encounter ever, except that it's Overquill, and Overquill just isn't good. So this guy outsped and KO'd Togekiss with 15 out of 16 rolls of Poison Gem, Poison Jab. The problem being, you have to teach it Poison Jab, and I didn't do that. So I clicked Toxic. With the Poison Gem equipped, I lived an Air Slash on 1 HP, which I was dead to like. I think I was dead to 50% of rolls. And then I just pivoted around until it died. And I got out of the fight deathless. I also let Gyarados set up on me that fight too. That's not. Maybe I shouldn't talk too much about expert. It was completely fraudulent BS on in that entire fight. It was awesome. Winona's gym trainers were so much harder for me than Winona. That was the point in the run where it was pretty clear my box was not equipped to do well, but we just kept going. But the crazy thing is, if I had used the poison gem there, I would have lost to Preston and Mora. I needed to scale Scolipede attack and give it the poison gem to have a lead for Preston and Mora at all. Otherwise, I was just going to be taking spread bug boosted Sylveon hyper voices and risking a Misty Explosion every turn. So, unironically, Poison Gem Toxic was one of the best plays I made this run. Absolutely threw away this Slowking. That one hurt. I had managed Deathless Hellroom Grunt's plans, and then I forgot that I was slower than the enemy Toxapex and just lost that mon. What else? Oh, we not invented, but I've started a movement. I run Scald Penguin. I drop Icy Wind. It does crazy things for me. I had no special fire or special water coverage, so I ran Scald Penguin and Scald Masquerain as my two special attacking water damage output mons. Mask still has Scald to this day. Yeah. All the Penguin runners tell me it's wrong, but it's what you do. That's what, and you just have holes in the box, right? Because like I didn't have, right, this was my Dewford encounter. I didn't have Carvanha, Remoraid, and the other ones, Horsey, were all duped. So this was a Surf Sim guy. Oh yeah, right, 0 special attack, of course, right? You're getting the theme, right? 0 attack, minus attack. You get the drill. You get a Corviknight. No, that can be minus defense instead. It's fine. They're all heroes. They're all heroes now. This is a winning box, HE. It's a winning box, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's just here's the encounter that made me the angriest. Not accidentally. In both my winning run and in this run, I did Rock Smash Safari Zone. I got Glalie in the winning run, which was so horrific. The only thing I could find to do with it was to sacrifice it to Juan. And then I pulled this Golem, who of course is an L nature, and although it's kind of neutral, admittedly. And I pulled it specifically to deal with Maxi 2's Needle, not realizing that the player's Golem doesn't get access to Earthquake, which is crazy to me since literally every Golem at every level in the game has Earthquake. So it didn't even cross my mind that I would need to check the moveset there. No. Tater isn't Rock Smash encounter. That was Crustle. Well, it actually was guaranteed Golem. It was guaranteed Golem because I already had the Glalie dupe before and Crustle from earlier this run. I wanted a golem with a decent spadef stat, and that was going to be my answer into the needle character, because I could explode it and get tempo. Bro, what do you want from me? Oh, you didn't even know this one. I let chat, because this run was a joke that was supposed to die of all ass Pokemon. Chat said, "Hey, you should pick up Ice Room," right? And that's where we picked up Weavile, but not this Weavile, right? This is the Goat Weavile after a speed scale and a nature change. Any guesses? Context clues on the screen, what nature it might have been when we pulled it. Huge, calm Weavile. Let's go. What a Sneasel. Forgot about that. You want what I was smoking? I don't know. I was smoking something that produces calm. No, it was like 20. It was actually decent speed. It just needed to outspeed Gengar on Admin Shelly in Seafloor Cavern. And then it also needs to be max speed for the Elite Four, so that worked out. No, my Weavile's problem was never speed. Its problem was that it did 0 damage. However, the minus attack actually helped us on oh god, what was it? 7th gym, Tate and Liza, where we got no skill swap, so we could not do the heist. It was not, literally not possible. And my Weavile at the time was still calm, and so it couldn't. And my Prim is right, and my Prim is Jolly. Surely that won't matter on the Elite Four. I scaled both the defense and the special attack. Neither of those were high. Because Prim was minus special attack and Weavile was minus attack, even after some fake outs, I wasn't showing KOing rolls to the Mega Latios for Tate. And so, like, there was an actual wipe condition of it just clicks 2 Dragon Dances and I lose. Except if I could exactly turn KO into Weavile, and because Weavile with minus attack didn't have, I triple candy Weavile with minus attack to be dead to rolls of the Zoroark, but not show that I fast killed it. But I did fast kill it with fake out plus low kick. It was like so specific. Had to be off of a turn move. Had to account for the potential for future sight on 2 different turns because it was a range. And I spent 5 candies on that fight. It's crazy. Crazy. Drapion and Steelix came to Tate and Liza too. Drapion's not that uncommon. Drapion and Steelix was my, let me say that differently. Drapion and Steelix did Mega Metagross. That was the crazy part. It's been a ride. It's been a what a fun walk down memory lane. Yeah, Steelix. Steelix, you're right. There's not many things that just this was one of the few like just genuinely incredible encounters I got. Right, Natty Adamant Steelix with Sheer Force. I don't know if Sheer Force is better or worse overall, but this was like one of the encounters that I just needed. Oh, Run Goats, Donphan. Donphan has been there since the beginning. I did not know how much better Sturdy Donphan is than Battle Armor. This thing This was my dedicated Starmie counter, which makes no sense. But every time a special attacking powerful Pokemon shows up that happens to have an electric move, like that was the whole builder was like, okay, the only thing that kills it is Donphan and Sturdy. So how do I figure that out? Over and over again. Speaking of like silly things that hard countered you, I had 113 on the way to Fall Arbor Town. There's a trainer with a Vikavolt that like Ape Runners just overheat and it dies. I needed 5 Pokemon to beat that. Well, to beat it risklessly anyway. I had a pivot chain, a 3 Pokemon pivot chain to set up a guaranteed electric move without triggering agility so that I could Ice Shard it with Donphan and then get out of there to let Weavile confirm the range, or somebody with minus attack confirm a range. Hilarious. Who else is on that fight? I think it's like, is that the one with like the Golurk and Thick Fat guy? Like I think Weavile just took 2, and then I had 5 Pokemon for the back. Yeah, Golurk and Flapple and Vikavolt. So it's just like Weavile took 2, and then I needed 5 Pokemon to do the Vikavolt, and it was like razor thin. Oh god, Vito. Vito is crazy. We just, that was another just like raw dog Luxray in on the Crawdaunt, and just don't get crit. In that case, don't get crit on either of 2 turns, and surely Luxray got me. How the heck did I beat Aggron? Oh, no, I had Talonflame. Right. Talonflame took 2. We had... Oh, God. Every Rain and Sun fight was a disaster in the beginning of the game. I got box checked by this... Hold on. I got box checked by this Simisear on Route 116. I couldn't damage it. Really? By anything. Like, everything was going to trigger Starfberry. And then I realized that it's an odd HP. And so the only solution I found to it, which you may notice a theme here as well, was to just roll in there with Leppa Berry and my good buddy Talonflame, and just hope that Simisear clicks Substitute 2 times so that I could get it into Acrobatics range around the same time that I ran out of Roosts. And didn't really work. It refused to click any substitutes despite being decently likely. And we nearly wiped to a Simisear, which I didn't think was possible. I say nearly wiped. We didn't lose any. I didn't lose any Mons, but the wipe condition was there. Um, 114 Gauntlet is some of the most cope, hilarious, bad planning you've ever seen. I think I Toxic stalled 5 different Pokemon on this. The Muck was fine because I had Steelix. But like this, I had this Toxic stall this Wish Cache, even though it totally could have clicked Dragon Dance a bunch of times, and I just had to, if it clicked Dance, I just had to take the damage on other Pokemon and until it died. Like that was the plan. We discovered new AI on the Mienshao fight, or at least new to me, that I use Sturdy Donphan on the Mienshao. But if you happen to be 1 HP exactly, counter is still a damaging move and can be clicked over the other damaging moves that kill you. So we got some new AI documented in the middle of that fight. That was fun. We Life Orb stalled the Hitmontop. Who else do we Toxic Stall? We Toxic Stalled the Mummy because it can't rest. That's pretty common. Scald Penguin owns the Durant. That was fun. Oh god, what a terrible gauntlet that was. Oh, what a ride. What a ride. I'll tell you what, here, I'm gonna pull up one video and then I'm going to bed. Since I posted the channel today, what to experience. So I just pick a boss fight. I have everything posted through Veto 1. I think the Brawly was pretty free. I would recommend away from that. Watson was a massacre. Roxanne was pretty cope. I'm pretty proud of the Norman Cook, honestly. And the CRR was just hilarious in cinema. I loved the LCR, but there's all kinds of stuff in there. You got a preference? And I'll run it on like speed and a half so it doesn't take too long. Oh shoot, how did I do the Delcatty? I don't remember. Delcatty and Lapras, like, I don't even remember how I did Shell. Penguin LCR. Alright, we watched this earlier today, but that's okay, it was awesome. So, let me preface this by saying, this is literally my first Penguin bridge. LCR. I don't have LCR. Up through Veto 1. YouTube limits the number of videos I can post in a day to 15. So I posted the first 15 streams of. All right, got it. Hold on, let me make this window a little bit more workable. Visible. So the plan going into this fight was, I know I can't route to stop things like Hawlucha setup, but I have really good Pokemon, so I'm just going to get in there with my 6 best Mons, steer the entire fight, and it's going to work out for me. That was the plan. Right, grab your guys, grab your citrus berries, get in there. Cheesemo went live. I won't be having too many viewers. Good start. Click the screens button indeed. That's the most likely one. That for turn 1 is the one that's supposed to go your way. After that, it's not as good. huge monkey in the chat there. Love it.
And then I think this is just Sceptile. Is Sceptile leave Storm right away?
I did for its time, yes.
Yeah, it's niche. It's been useful a couple of times. Mostly you're using it for Azu on.
Funny enough, I got asked the same question in the actual fight and answer it.
Then it doesn't matter that Life 2 only heals 25% because you can just spam it and out-heal whatever prairie you're taking.
Right, everybody knows the Norman Life do tech, but I don't see. Penguin already has too many good moves. I just don't think Life Dude's valuable enough to keep around.
You would like to use the white herb up. Use up the white herb with the Intimidate, and then release Storm.
Right, I would say that Penguin's flex slot is better than any one move that Penguin can have.
Life probably doesn't last that long. People don't typically keep it. Most people are teaching Icy Wind over it. Okay.
Right, so hey, I got good mons for this, right? Like I got the Costa, I got the Masquerain, got the Talonflame.
At -2 and no item, this is always acrobatics.
Oh, and you might be like, hey, Scolipede, good lead for Cycling Road. Not mine. Not mine. Mine was just slow killed by the Indeedee.
And then I think we just go directly to.
Sorry, fast killed by the Indeedee.
Talonflame here, because this is going to be almost always. There's one.
That is weird.
It's going to be almost always acrobatics. We're never dead to crit. Doesn't get much better than that. I don't think extra drops does anything but cost us HP.
Dude, at 0 speed, Scolipede minus attack is not it. It was hideous.
Definitely always acrobatics.
Yeah, so here we go. Just another Talonflame gets Flame Body. That's the plan.
What's my likelihood to kill?
I will say I did a good job of recognizing when I needed to play a, if I had a safe line, I found a safe line. If I needed to play into good luck to survive, I did. I got uber punished for it a couple of random times, but in general, like I gave myself outs.
Now orders again, so we can try to get back.
And it worked out.
At least it was a low roll crit. There's the Flame Body.
Because we were minus attack, this was a range, so Flame Body was supposed to both reduce the damage I take and confirm the range.
Let's go.
Pretty sure we were dead to crit there.
Liquidation slow kill. Yeah. It can set up on us. It's not all that likely. 89 HP. Yeah, it's pretty unlikely. Weirdly enough, we're a little bit too high HP for this to be safe.
He can set up on us. The theme of this run is Pokemon can set up on me.
Because Talonflame is so high.
Calm natures and Pokemon setting up.
Do that now. This could be Breaking Spike too, but it usually is Liquidation. Are we dead to Sniper Crit Liquidation or not?
Okay. Dead to Sniper Crit? You bet. You bet we are. Not all the time, though. Yeah. Watch this 1v1. No HP dragon in sight. We'll be fine. We got an Intimidate. What else? What could we possibly need?
Liquidation crit is 48 HP.
Big damage. Brick Break is more damage, but I'm trying to play into good luck, assuming that things are not gonna help. So I don't do Brick Break, even though it should kill faster. Atlas holding up the sky. It's crazy. I love that. It's just guys wanting it, all right? I tell guys to get in there. I tell them to want it, and they want it.
17 times 3.
I wish that when I get the Matt VOD up, hopefully I'll get a chance to show you the Luxray versus Dracovish is an all-timer, man.
Now Liquidation actually out-heals me most of the time.
Certain statements just shouldn't be said out loud.
No killing rolls. I think
I know. Well, I set up a turn KO of the Mamoswine, and in this game you get the intimidate bug, so you get intimidate on the switch. So it saw fast kill into me. I switched in so that it got the intimidate. Therefore, I wasn't dead. I clicked Nuzzle with a bulky berry, and then the plan was para flinch him. So I just Nuzzle Zing Zap, and I haxed his ass and won the matchup. So much fun. All right, there's their third setup move of the battle. Let's go. We got this. I'm gonna count the turns this guy's on the field because it seems like forever. Huge Willow hit there. Oh god, it's so bad.
We're in trouble.
What do you mean this isn't good? This isn't how you're supposed to do it? 4 bulk ups? If he bulks up, he doesn't deal damage to you.
But I think we're okay. This is a crazy way to do this, though.
Wait till I realize he has Roost. I haven't figured that out yet. Have you ever seen this Lucha click Roost before?
Okay. Now he's neutral attack again. Luxray is always getting Drain Punch.
Well, you're in luck.
Oh, he has Roost. Oh, crap. Roost is a problem.
Oh god. This is so bad. How is this the fact that this run has an Elite Four in 36 hours is just I just gotta pause here for a second. Alright, right. I chose a GMO Penguin. Minus attack Luxray, 0 attack Swift Swim Caracosta, minus attack Talonflame, minus speed 2 speed Masquerain, 0 HP, 0 speed, minus attack 5 attack Scolipede. That was my 6 guys that won it.
Oh no, we have made miscalculation.
This this Luxray can do like 20% right now.
His 5 Roosts. We can probably stall a good number of them out with Empoleon, except for taking Drain Punch. Now I've forgotten if he's plus minus 1 or if he's neutral. Let's think about that. He's plus 4 defense, so he's got 4 bulk ups. I think he's neutral. We'll find out from the roll on the second crit.
How many times can a guy switch in a Luxray? It's like I'm trying to go for a world record.
Six damage.
Huge citrus.
Okay, so I think I'm right on -2. Minus, unless that could be -3 as well. But I think -2 is safe to assume. We can use priority on this. It just doesn't.
It's coming. I spent like this is and I've sped it up. I've sped it up for you, I promise. There's more. I realized this is all me just like trying to play around Roost because he's eventually gonna click it. There you go. I'm sorry. My ass gameplay takes forever.
99 to 84. You agree with that damage?
I mean, this is like turn 15 of Lucha being on the field now.
Okay. All right. We should roost here.
You imagine if I clicked Growl there? Oh God. I was gaming, man. I was gaming so hard. I gave this run my all.
Marathon.
We can definitely say that.
I'm gonna stall this guy out of acrobatics. Like that's what's gonna happen. You think I crit him eventually? Chip, 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 chip. There it is. How does
Easy
it?
game.
He was gonna be so annoyed at me. All right, Granbull. Payback, counter, earthquake. I think we just
Yep.
hit a fat will-o-wisp here. What's left? Wow, Houndoom last. It's gotta be a neutral. Miss. Unfortunate.
Unlucky.
Goes counter. We hit.
AMG, what's up?
That's not good for Granbull. Goes for counter again. What a fraud.
Poor Granbull. This is over.
We have
But
another boost, don't we? We do. Insane. Everybody's green. He's burnt. He's clicking payback or play rough.
Scolipede hasn't even entered the field yet,
We just go get an intimidate
and it never will.
because at -1 with burn, life do out heals earthquake, and we outspeed. And he can click counter on us. We just growl. Talonflame not messing around. I mean, as long as he's gonna click counter, why not? Right? He's just damaging himself. Like
This
we should
Granbull
be
is
acrobatics
such a
because
is such a troll, man. It just kills itself. And they said not to keep Growl.
There you go. Nice job, bud. Let's keep payback crit in mind. Payback crit on Talonflame is 36 damage.
You can take the Torterra away from the player, but you can't take the you can't take the style. I am a turtle runner.
Whoops. I miscounted.
I clicked 7 growls. You you can't you can't lower his attack anymore.
Get to Dark
It's
Elf
not
Resto.
allowed.
Can KO right now. We already did a 1 roll with Dark Elf Resto. Alright.
This is a mind just check out this earthquake damage. This is what I wanted you to see.
Nice earthquake.
10. We took we took 9 HP from that one. I think I click Aqua Jet now to stall turns.
Weirdly enough, I'm still trying to figure out how to set up the finishing. I have a Houndoom. I guess I just want Heracross to on defeat when Granbull dies.
My team is gaining HP.
So we're just gonna spam some light juice. Get this guy lower. Some Aqua Jets and Psychic Terrain. How about that? The tech. You saw in here first. Intentional Psychic Terrain block Aqua Jets so you don't damage him.
The tech.
Saving power points.
How does he do it?
This is awesome.
Yeah, all the people that were like penguin rival fights are hard. After this, I was like, y'all need to shut up. I don't.
It's Earthquake.
You have no idea what I've been through as a turtle runner. Like this was so fun and free and easy. Like, don't talk to me, you people.
And then he has to die. He doesn't have to die here actually.
Yeah. If you like this, AG, you're gonna love Winona.
Did we ever attack him? No. So we know exact HP right here. 121 divided by 67.5. 112. So no,
Hey, it goes both ways, man. I do tend to get my crits in
and so he's either
bunches.
at 9 HP,
On
6
Watson
HP,
in this run, I got crit 4 or 5 times, and I lost
the punishment.
10 50-50s.
Not much.
On Admin
But the
Shelley in my winning
so
run,
the answer is to go max.
every single Pokemon of mine that took damage got crit.
Cover for both? Yes, Scolipede also covers for both. Let's do that.
So I have this unique way of the line kind of either goes perfectly or horribly. I don't have a lot of in between. Way to go, Scolipede. Great job,
Basic
buddy.
math. That still doesn't work.
I may or may not have won because of the Amumu sleep effects for, but
That's what. So
I
it's not
mean,
basic math.
I champed Torkoal in my winning run, and I sacked my Torkoal to Lily Cove Rival.
Go Caracosta. Only punish here.
And then Articuno missed a range into chose Hurricane 50-50 into missed Hurricane, and my Torkoal KO'd that Articuno and never looked back.
Penguin is incredibly bulky. Alright, and then he's gonna Solar Beam again, but now he doesn't have a power move, so we can just KO him. For free.
Easy fight. I don't know, people. I mean,
That was just fun.
I think it speaks for itself. HP Dragon is a waste of time. Your Penguin finishes at full HP.
Hold on, I'm screenshotting that.
Thanks.
Hilarious.
Fair. It's 100%
Plus 4
fair.
Holucha.
So fair.
This is why we don't reset after 3 Death Watson, so we can do stuff like that. I mean, come on.
But come on, how many people are running that pack? Right? You get those 6 mons
5
with
mons
those
every day.
natures and IVs. How many people are even running them? God. All right. 2 a.m. Dear God. Well, AG, you've done an excellent job of keeping me interested and wanting to stay, but it is time for me to be in bed about 2.5 hours ago. It's been real. It's been real. Thanks for being here. Anybody else that's still hanging around in chat who's been a little quieter, thank you as well. Always a pleasure. Anyone to raid? Yeah, man. Except, I might be not as rested as I intended now. That's life. Oh my God, Dylan's live? That guy's always live. Let's raid some Dylan.